Hello, this is ChxmicaL. Welcome to a new series that I'm doing on my channel where I go through and I read scary stories that are sent into me from my fans or stuff from Reddit. Today is about a Yi Nadalushi, or in Navajo culture, a Skinwalker. This is titled It Spoke to Me by NoPlan9840 on Reddit. Please enjoy. I'm not one to post these kinds of things. I mostly just have Reddit to look at bugs or read about roommate drama. But I had an experience in the woods one night almost 10 years ago that got brought up recently and I thought I'd share here. I, 16-year-old female at the time, snuck out of the house to go smoke weed in Lynn, Missouri woods at 3 a.m. It's not a huge sector of woods, just a wee reservation smack dab in the middle of the Boston suburbs surrounding the local reservoir. I got to the entrance of the trail and parked my car and made my way up to the campsites. It's about a 5-minute walk where there were fire pits available. It was a popular smoking area for teenagers and I was one of them. I set up to draw by the fire I had made and began to roll a joint. As I was rolling, I heard something on 4 legs come up from behind me. I didn't sweat it that much because where I'm from, the worst it could possibly be was a coyote. But then you can hear it transition into 2 legs and walk with a bipedal gait. That confused me. Then suddenly, everything went fucking silent. No crickets, no birds, nothing. The only thing I could hear at that point was the crackling of the fire and my own breathing. Then I became really concerned, like something bad was about to happen. I call out, thinking maybe it was just a homeless dude working up the courage to ask me for some money or food, since it was the city after all. I say hello and ask if anyone's there. Silence still. For about a minute. Everything's telling me to run, but I stay behind. I thought if it was an animal trying to hunt me, I should stand my ground and make myself appear I'm not worth the risk. Then, whatever it was, it talked. It sounded almost like a parrot mimicking its owner's voice, and it asked to bum a light. "Can I bum a light?" it said. At first I'm relieved because at least I know it's not an animal, but the way it spoke was truly uncanny. I said, "Sure, but you have to come out where I can see you. You're giving me the creeps, dude." And then it asked again, and again, 3 times. Then I was really freaked and knew something was really wrong. I then told it to fuck off and find someone else to ask if he was going to be creepy about it. Then it ran off on all 4s. You can hear all 4 feet hitting the ground as it ran away. The crickets came back, the night birds started to chirp again, and the air felt warmer. I calmly pack all my stuff back up, put out the fire, and make my way down the trail to my car. I wanted to run, but part of me still believed it was just a dude trying to get creepy with a 16-year-old girl in the woods by herself. And if I played it cool and acted like I wasn't scared, maybe he'd back off. My mother always taught me to make a scene in that scenario, and I was prepared to knife whatever came at me. I also thought maybe if it was an animal, I wouldn't trigger its hunting instincts if I just walked instead of ran. But man, every hair on the back of my neck was standing up. That feeling of being watched is definitely real. I finally see my car about 200 feet ahead of me. I feel safe again, but I'm still on alert. I feel secure enough to look behind me, and sure enough, maybe 40 feet behind me is a male deer on its hind legs in the middle of the trail. I fucking freak. I've never heard of a Skinwalker, never believed in anything like them at the time, never even knew what they were. But I knew something about that image was seriously wrong, and I lost my composure and booked it to my car. I made it back no problem and drove off before I could even turn my headlights on. To this day, I'm 24, about to turn 25. I never have been back to those woods, or really any woods for that matter. I'm deathly afraid of nature now, which sucks. The very idea of spending a night in them makes me so anxious I feel nauseous. It wasn't until years later when I fell into a YouTube rabbit hole in college that I stumbled on a video that described skinwalkers and alleged experiences people have had with them in the woods that I truly began to understand what I may have encountered that night. This shit is real. I don't know if they're as aggressive or dangerous as people make them out to be in the stories I've seen online, because in my experience it seemed pretty curious and backed off when I confronted it. But to this day, thinking about it still makes me shudder and I get a put in my stomach. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about this. I'd love to have this debunked even. I love those woods and sort of want it to just be a weird dude. but I heard some weird, very similar stories from the locals about those woods, and now I don't know what to think. Thank you for stopping by and listening. I know this kind of content is different and a little newer on my channel, but if you guys enjoyed, I would definitely like to make this a regular thing. So please, like, follow, and subscribe, and leave a comment, of course. Stay toxic.